Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Emanating from God. Divine judgment. Appropriate to or befitting a god. The divine strength of Achilles. Being of such surpassing excellence as to suggest inspiration by the gods. Her pies were simply divine. A clergyman or other person in religious orders. Resulting from divine providence. Being or having the nature of a god. The custom of killing the divine king upon any serious failure of his powers. Terms referring to the Judeo-Christian God. Devoted to or in the service or worship of a deity. Divine worship. Perceive intuitively or through some inexplicable perceptive powers. Search by divining, as if with a rod. He claimed he could divine underground water. Emanating from God. Everything is black or white, satanic or godly. Showing great reverence for God. A godly man. Appropriate to or befitting a god. A man of godlike sagacity. Being or having the nature of a god. Being of such surpassing excellence as to suggest inspiration by the gods. An Elysian meal. Relating to the Elysian fields. Being of such surpassing excellence as to suggest inspiration by the gods. An inspired performance. A clergyman or other person in religious orders. A clergyman or other person in religious orders. Of or associated with a church, especially a Christian church. Ecclesiastic history. A clergyman or other person in religious orders. Peculiarly fortunate or appropriate, as if by divine intervention. A providential recovery. Resulting from divine providence. Providential care. Relating to or characteristic of providence. Assumption that nature operates only according to a providential plan. Having unlimited power. Terms referring to the Judeo-Christian God. Terms referring to the Judeo-Christian God. A person who grows or makes or invents things. Terms referring to the Judeo-Christian God. Terms referring to the Judeo-Christian God. A name for the God of the Old Testament as transliterated from the Hebrew consonants YHVH. Terms referring to the Judeo-Christian God. A titled peer of the realm. A person who has general authority over others. Terms referring to the Judeo-Christian God. Make a lord of someone. A business engaged in manufacturing some product. Terms referring to the Judeo-Christian God. A person who makes things. Relating to or inhabiting a divine heaven. Heavenly hosts. Of or relating to the sky. A heavenly body. Of or belonging to heaven or God. Above or beyond the human or demanding more than human power or endurance. Superhuman beings. Having great beauty and splendor. A glorious spring morning. Characterized by grandeur. A glorious work of art. having or deserving or conferring glory. A long and glorious career. Worthy of religious veneration. The sacred name of Jesus. Made or declared or believed to be holy, devoted to a deity or some religious ceremony or use. The sacred mosque. Concerned with religion or religious purposes. Sacred texts. Often followed by to, devoted exclusively to a single use or purpose or person. A fund sacred to charity. Worthy of respect or dedication. Saw motherhood as woman's sacred calling. A member of the clergy and a spiritual leader of the Christian Church. A member of the clergy and a spiritual leader of the Christian Church. Worthy of adoration or reverence. A member of the clergy and a spiritual leader of the Christian Church. A title of respect for a clergyman. To become aware of through the senses. I could perceive the ship coming over the horizon. Become conscious of. She finally perceived the futility of her protest. Include in scope. Include as part of something broader. Have as one's sphere or territory. Get the meaning of something. Do you comprehend the meaning of this letter? To become aware of through the senses. Make an effort or attempt. She always seeks to do good in the world. Try to locate or discover, or try to establish the existence of. Go to or towards. A liquid seeks its own level. Inquire for. Seek directions from a local. The movement of a read, write head to a specific data track on a disk. Try to get or reach. Seek a position. Inquire into. The students had to research the history of the Second World War for their history project. An operation that determines whether one or more of a set of items has a specified property. The activity of looking thoroughly in order to find something or someone. Search or seek. Try to locate or discover, or try to establish the existence of. The police are searching for clues. An investigation seeking answers. A thorough search of the ledgers revealed nothing. Boarding and inspecting a ship on the high seas. Right of search. Subject to a search. The police searched the suspect. The examination of alternative hypotheses. His search for a move that would avoid checkmate was unsuccessful. Be excited or anxious about. Try to locate or discover, or try to establish the existence of. A cleric who holds more than one benefice at a time. A philosopher who believes that no single explanation can account for all the phenomena of nature. Someone who believes that distinct ethnic or cultural or religious groups can exist together in society. A cleric who ordains. A cleric who admits someone to holy orders. A person who pardons or forgives or excuses a fault or offense. A medieval cleric who raised money for the church by selling papal indulgences.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.